All right, it's just 6:15 a.m. out here, about to head out on North Mountain with a friend. I decided to forego the run last night in lieu of getting some extra sleep because I was down, and I feel a lot better because of that. So I'm gonna go hit it right now. All right, summit 1. I don't know what we touched. That, I guess.
Yeah, right? That worked.
700 feet of climb. Cool. Battling up some proper Barkley grade here. That's what I call it. Hands on knees hiking / rock climbing. Slow going, but the going is good. It's only 7 a.m. and it is brutally hot already. It might be still only in the 70s, but it feels really hot. Heading up on summit 2 right now. All right, summit 2, North Mountain. They're at 1,900 feet in just about an hour. Warming up like crazy out here. So, gonna go back down. Keep at it. Jess is a crazy dude. He just dropped the shit out of me. So my buddy Jess joined me for the first 2 summits, and he's taken off now. So now I'm on my own. It's nice to have some company for a little bit there. But I've got 8,000 more to do right now. All right, coming up on summit number 3, and that's an hour and a half in with 2,800 feet of climb. Did a couple extra things at the bottom there. All right, down again. Miles are flying by, almost to 3,400 feet so far. I think still under 2 hours. Just getting it done. All right, coming up on summit 4 and about 3,850 feet of climb. Getting there. Let's see how much time. I've been going just over 2 hours, so not bad. Tag this right back down. Going up on lap 5 now, nearing the top. I'm at 4,700 feet of climb. My calves are starting to feel it. It's really heating up now. Might get ugly. Here we are, summit 5. And 4,800 feet of climb. Time elapsed 2:36. All right, back at the car for a minute. Gonna refill water bottles, but I am halfway through the workout. 5,000 feet of climb and 9.4 miles, 2 hours 50 minutes. So it's probably gonna be a 6-hour day. And up we go. Really getting some deep soreness in my legs now. I think these really big days are important. Stress the body. Just wish I had done them a little bit sooner. Summit 6, 5,950 feet of climb. That was the hardest one yet. Kind of obviously, but it was definitely pretty hard. At least there's a little bit of a haze today, otherwise I'd be in serious trouble. And that's the thing about running in the heat. If you're
not used to doing that or don't really know how to acclimate, it's really rough the first couple weeks in it, but then your body definitely adapts to what's going on. It sweats more, it can handle hotter temperatures. This is the first real week we've hit any high temps this year, so we're between 80 and 90 degrees right now for the high, and the lows are already creeping up into the like high 60s, 70s. So the trick is just to get out in it as much as you can. Well, I guess gradually, not as much as you can, but get down in it every day and get used to it. Got a rock in my shoe. 65, 55 feet of climb. Still got another 150 to the summit. So probably 3 more full summits and maybe a little bit, maybe a half, and I'll be done. Summit 7, 6,700 feet of climb. Super sore, love it. Oh wow, just got hit really hard with some heat here and descending on 7. See a pool down there, that'd be real nice right now. It is so brutal. Man, feeling a little lightheaded. Better get some more food in me. Had to lay down back there, try and recover a little. This will be summit number 8. And I'm at 7,841 feet of climb. Good little trick. If you get your shirt wet and swing it around, it actually becomes quite cold. So sitting here, heading up for number 9. I've got about 2,100 feet left to go, and I can't wait to get done. I'm soaking wet and ready for this next lap. Just hit 9,000 feet. Home stretch. Doing it for you guys. Thanks for watching this crap. I'm pumped though. I'm focused. I want it. I'm gonna get it. I was tooling around down here a little bit more than normal because I just wanted this to be my last summit. Might have to do a little more on the descent coming back up, but this will be the last full summit. Number 10. All right, see you guys at the top. Almost 9,600, so I'm gonna head down to the car and then I'll come part of the way back up and we'll be done. I got less than 200 feet, vertical feet to go, and the heat is really setting in, guys. Yeah, this is pretty bad. I've been consuming as much water as I care for. I've only peed once, and I'm gonna be really happy in about 170 vertical feet. I'm gonna bomb down this and get some grub. Let's do it. There you have it, 10,000 feet of climb. All right, mile back to the car, I'm out of here. Made it. It's a total of 10,020 feet of climb, 20.3 miles, 6 hours and 20 minutes elapsed time. That says 88 degrees. I believe it.
All right, so this is episode 100 of The Steep Life, which is pretty dang cool. So I celebrated today, 100th episode, by doing a big run for Barkley, 10,000 feet of climb. And someone wanted me to reflect back a little bit on the Steep Life episodes, because 100 is a pretty big milestone, not only in our sport of ultra running, but just counting in general, triple digits. Pretty cool thing. I started this whole vlog idea a little bit less than a year ago. It was the end of May. I'd been wanting to do something like it for quite some time, but finally, I guess, had the courage and the guts to go for it. I didn't just want to film like the randomness of what was going on day to day, because I felt like there wasn't enough of a story there. Although I think, and I like showcasing some of the things that I do, but I wanted something impactful and meaningful to share with you guys, with the world. And I picked training for Ronda del Sims, which is this crazy race in Andorra. It is one of the toughest 100-mile races in the world. And because of various circumstances, I didn't start training for that race until 6 weeks before race day. Maybe it was 7 weeks, I don't remember. And so I had to cram a lot of training into a 4-week block. And I wanted to document that and to share it. And also to practice filmmaking and have an area where anything goes. I could try a different style or a different way of editing, and it didn't really matter because it was kind of like just for me and for you to view, but it wasn't that serious. And it's kind of cool to have that format, and I still enjoy it. I know many of you have watched a lot of those episodes. If you go back to episodes 1 through 28, those will be the first 28 days of my training block where I attempted to climb 130,000 feet of gain, of vertical. And I fell short, but my legs were really strong going into Andorra, but my knees were destroyed. So come race day, didn't go so well. And I do owe all of you a film about that race, and I just haven't been ready to make it yet. I've carried my camera with me the first halfway approximately. Maybe it was a little bit under halfway. And then I also did some just recordings on my phone later on in the race when I dropped my camera off in my drop bag. But I haven't been ready to tell that story yet, and that's why it's not out there and it doesn't exist yet. I'm getting closer to being able to do that, but I've been wanting to stay current on all of the film projects that we've been working on lately. So eventually that will be released. So thank you for your patience, first off. Yeah. What else? I celebrated this 100th episode with a really big day of training for Barkley. I did 10,000 feet of climbing this morning. So I hope you guys enjoyed that footage. But Barkley's coming together. I've really been stoked on it and stoked on training and really just getting stuff done, and it feels good. So last week was Barkley Boot Camp, and this week is Barkley Hell Week. So I've got a couple of goals remaining for this week. Number one, to finish the Mesquite Canyon 50K, which is one of our own races, and it's the very first ultra that I designed and created from scratch. So I'm very excited about towing the line and being able to actually run that one. So I'm going to do that on Saturday. I'm going to do another 10,000 foot day on Sunday. I'd like to hit 30,000 for the week, so hopefully that will all come together. I feel pretty good after this morning's run. The biggest issue was just the heat. Felt really hot to me, and I'm not quite used to it yet, but I think I'm getting there. And hopefully by Sunday, even though it might be just as hot, I will still be able to handle it a little bit better. Yeah, so I don't have anything too crazy to do in this episode, Steep Life 100, but I did want to make note of it and using this opportunity just to thank all of you for tuning in. And that really is motivating for me. I love the comments. I love reading. I read every single comment that I can. I don't always get to respond to all of them, but I really want to thank all of you for, I guess, joining me in this journey and this experience. We plan to keep it coming, so stay tuned for, I guess, the next 100 episodes. Something that's been really fortunate and great for this series is that I now have someone helping with the edits. So Enzo, who works for us, he's been doing pretty much all the edits since we started this back up a couple weeks ago, with the exception of driving down to Old Pueblo. And that will probably continue. Hopefully, he'll probably do about 6 to 7 of the edits per week. I'll probably do some here and there if I'm out of town or traveling, or if Enzo's out of town. So, but it's been really fun to kind of pass along that piece of it to someone else that has a really strong passion for video editing as well. And it just lets these get out the next day and for me to produce more of them. So it's really been great. So let me know what you guys have been thinking of the episodes lately. I know they're not always the most interesting because we just sometimes have a really busy day. So it's just me hopping in front of the camera for a few minutes and checking in. But I really enjoy putting this content out, and thanks for tuning in. Really appreciate you guys. And that's all I got. So